Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. It's been a week. It's been a very, very long week, especially in the social media streets, especially there. I don't know why sometimes I think that people get it. Because it's been proven time after time that people just do not get it. And for me, I just don't understand. Listen, I'm not the smartest person in the world. Far from it. I'm not the smartest football mind on social media. Far from it. There's people that know way more than I do. But there's certain things that I feel like I have a grasp on. And one of those things is New York Giants football. I have just the pulse of the team. I feel like I kind of know what's happening, what people are thinking. I won't ever say that it's 100%, but I have strong feelings, about certain situations and what's needed and what looks like what and what might, transition from the college game to the pro game. But I just want to say this though. Just want to say this though. The situation that the New York Giants have put themselves in right now, just talking about for 2025, the situation that Joe Shane and Brian Dable and whoever the decision makers are, the situation that they put the team in is a perfect situation to add a player like Shedeur Sanders. Yes, another Shedeur Sanders video. You see the thumbnail, you clicked on the thumbnail. You know what it is. Hopefully you know what it is. But every time I knock down an excuse, someone tries to bring up another one or they repeat something else that they heard before. And one of the recent ones I'm hearing is, well, the New York Giants, pretty much fixed their quarterback room for 2025. They can wait for a quarterback. That is absolutely the wrong mindset to have. You only have the luxury of Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston for 1 year. Russ got a 1-year contract. Jameis Winston has a 2-year contract. You only have the luxury of both of these guys being in the room for 1 year. This is the perfect scenario for a quarterback. And not just any quarterback, because it's not about just taking a quarterback to take a quarterback, which is another thing that people keep saying. Oh, you just can't take a quarterback just to take the quarterback. No, I'm not just saying to take any quarterback. I'm talking about Shedeur Sanders. But it's a perfect situation because everybody tells you what about rookie quarterbacks. They need to sit. They need to sit. The New York Giants have built the perfect opportunity for a quarterback to sit and learn without any pressure. You have Russell Wilson pinned in as your starter. You have Jameis Winston pinned in as your backup quarterback. It's the perfect situation to add someone like Shedeur Sanders to. Because a lot of people keep saying, like, well, what can Russ still do with this team? Can Russ get us over the hump? Can Russ get us into the wild card? Can Russ get us above, 500? Can Russ win more than 7 games or 6? I think Russ could do that with this team as is even before the draft. Because Russ is a better quarterback than what we've been dealing with. More consistent and willing to throw the ball. One thing that Russell Wilson will not do is hold on to the ball too long. Same thing with Jameis Winston. They are going to get rid of that ball. They are going to look for the deep throws. They're trying to push the ball downfield. That's what we know about these guys. And I keep going back to the Colts game because it hurts me so much that we had to win that game. But it is what it is. The first time we saw consistent quarterback play was in that Colts game. And what happened? You start seeing yards after the catch, a lot of them. Great timing, great ball placement. Nobody was complaining about the offensive line in the Colts game, the running game. Everything was complimentary. Offense, defense, special teams. We even got a special teams touchdown. A kick return for a touchdown to open up the second half. Everything fell in line for the New York Giants. It just shouldn't have. because now we're in a situation where we're sitting at 3, and we could have had number 1 pick, and then now we're just picking between Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, and a lot of people will tell you if we're picking that one, Cam Ward is the player or the choice with no debate. Some people will say that, and I kind of agree with them, because I believe the consensus is, which is not my consensus, that the consensus is Cam Ward is just 10 times better than Shedeur Sanders. And for me, it's 1A, 1B. Even if I had the choice, I like Shedeur Sanders because what's between the ears and what I've seen on the field as far as pretty much being like the best quarterback in terms of quarterbacking out there. Now, he doesn't have as many wild plays. You know, the improvisational skills from Cam Ward are unmatched in this draft class for sure. But for me, when I just look at who's the best quarterback on the field right now in the parameters of quarterbacking, I still believe in Shedeur Sanders. It is what it is. But then we get to arguments of traits. But never mind that. I'm getting off subject. Joe Schoen, Brian Daboll have built the perfect situation to draft a quarterback. You possibly have your quarterback of the future because nothing's 100%. These are just strong feelings that I have. Any draft pick that you get can end up being a bust. But for me, you have a chance to get your future quarterback, and you don't have to play him at all. You don't have to force him in there too early. Now, if we get to week 6, 7, or 8, and Russ is looking bad, and you get Jameis Winston in there, and things are not going quite as you wanted to go, and you feel like Shedeur Sanders has sat long enough and learned that let's go ahead and see what the young kid can do, then fine, that's the situation. But why would you mess up a situation so perfect to add a young quarterback in? That's the part that I don't understand. And also, shout out to my man Cop Pizzle. Shout out to Cop Pizzle. I was watching one of his videos, and he said that, and he had this analogy. He said that the New York Giants need to be single right now. They don't need to be tied down to a quarterback. And as much as I love the analogy, I absolutely disagree with it. And then if we are going to use his analogy, you're not tying yourself down to the quarterback because you're not forcing him to start this year. You still have Russell Wilson. You still have Jameis Winston. But what about the security of having that guy waiting? Having that guy waiting, ready to go. What's the problem with that? A whole year under the system where he's not forced to play. He can learn for a year or however long he can learn for that time. So next year, if Russell Wilson decides that he's not going to be a Giant anymore because his contract is up, or Jameis Winston, whatever happens with those guys, you're not starting from scratch with a brand new quarterback that's new to his system, new to the surroundings, new to the weapons, new to all the. You have a guy that's been in the room and has been developing for at least a year. The perfect situation. And I don't understand why people don't see that. Now, the biggest argument is you can't pass on the best player available. You can't pass up on the elite prospect. I understand that elite prospects, elite traits, best player available, it sounds very good. Why? Because it's almost like a reassurance, right? Like, this guy's a can't miss. You know how many can't miss people missed in the NFL? And if I'm going to miss on somebody, I'd rather miss on a quarterback than not take that quarterback at all and then miss out on another guy that was a can't miss guy. Abdul Carter. I have no real issues with Abdul Carter. I have no issues with Travis Hunter. I don't have. Those guys are great players. They're absolutely great prospects, I should say. They're great prospects. But I ask everybody the same question. What impacts the team more than a quarterback? You can't tell me there's another position that impacts the team more than a quarterback. And with that being said, when you want to take a risk on somebody, you take the risk on the quarterback. Well, we did that with Daniel Jones. Well, here's the thing with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was not a similar situation to Shedeur Sanders. If we remember the 2019 draft, Daniel Jones didn't start to catch fire until right around this time. And guess who caught fire right around this time? Tyler Shuck. So if you want to compare Daniel Jones to anybody, don't compare him to Shedeur Sanders because he didn't have the college career that Shedeur Sanders had. What happened was he looks like Tyler Shuck, a guy that was late to the party. And when I say late to the party, he was absolutely late. Tyler Shuck will be 26 when the season starts. But that's your comparison. The guy that got hot, not during college, not during the season. The guy that got hot during, the combine, Senior Bowl, draft time. That's when Tyler Shuck got hot. They were looking for other quarterbacks for what? I don't know. And Tyler Shuck was a guy, you know what? Hey, he has some tools. Hey, he's athletic. He has a strong arm, which he has all that, but he's also 25 years old. And just like I said with Bo Nix last year and some of the older quarterbacks last year, when you've been playing college football for this long, you better look good. You better look good, because what are we even talking about? What are we talking about? But man, it's an everyday fight. We're winding the thing down. The draft is officially 2 weeks from today. 14 days left, and guess what? One battle ends, and then the next battle will begin, because it's never ending when it comes to the New York Giants fan base. We will always find something to disagree about. We will always find something to argue and call people names about, because that's how we live every day. Every day. But for me, man, I just want people to just think about what they're saying. I want people to think about what they're doing, what they're writing, typing, how they're replying. Go back and just watch the football without your biases. Watch the games. Was that a good play or not? Was that a good throw or not? How was the timing on that throw? How was the ball placement on that throw? How was the protection during this series? Did that guy protect the ball? Could he have done things better? Could he have thrown the ball away? Why did he take this? Look at the plays, dissect the plays. Don't look at the plays like, you know what, I can't stand this guy and I'm going to point out everything that's bad. No, watch the game and let me know what you see. Just what you see, not what you're thinking about. And I think once people do that, maybe, just maybe, it might be too late in the game. It might be too late in the game. People are already set in their ways, but just maybe, they'll realize what they're missing. I don't understand, because I've been watching football a long time. I've been watching quarterbacks for a long time. And when you look at the scenarios of the situation, people talk about the level of competition. Meanwhile, the competition is on par with the team. It's the Colorado Buffaloes. You're not putting the Colorado Buffaloes in the SEC. Why? Because they're not a SEC team. They're the Colorado Buffaloes. So when they're playing against teams, just think about the rosters versus the roster of their opponent. They're usually right on par, or in this case, 2 years into that regime in Colorado, they're still trying to build a competitive team. But guess what? They get on the fast track. Why? Because the quarterback's so good, and they got a Heisman Trophy winner also on the roster. But outside of that, who made those guys better? When you look at the wide receivers, who made the wide receivers better? Not named Travis Hunter. Without a running game, without solid offensive line play, without a decent defense, not even a good defense, without a decent defense. You have to add in all these factors when you're talking about somebody. And even though this is a dumb thing to say, I'm going to say it anyway. When we compare quarterbacks to quarterbacks, a lot of people don't think about the situations that they're coming from, the teams that they're coming from. Oh, well, Jackson Dart did this, did that. Put Jackson Dart on the Colorado Buffaloes. Put Tyler Shuck on the Colorado Buffaloes. Put Jalen Milroe on the Colorado Buffaloes. Kyle McCord, whoever you want to name. Quinn Ewers, Will Johnson. Put all those guys on the Colorado Buffaloes, and do you see the same type of success? That's what you ask yourself. And then once you ask yourself and you're honest with yourself, you let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Because if you put Shedeur Sanders on Ohio State and you put Shedeur Sanders on Texas, you put Shedeur Sanders on Alabama, what are we even talking about now? What are we even talking about now? And I hate to say it like that, but please, I just need people to think about it. Fall back and think about it. And that's going to be the video. I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And for one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. 14 days away. Make the Giants great again. Let's go.